Boy, do I have some news for you. Absolute chaos has happened in my fish room. Now let me explain.
My peacock bass, my Oscar, they're now on the 125.
Why is that? Let me explain.
Arowana's in here, Beischer's in here, and my razor in here.
But if you look very closely at my male's tail, we have a serious problem. There's also a tear in his disc, which is right there. In my female, even worse, if you look at her disc, you can see the tears there on each side. So there's one right there and another there. Basically falling off. My fish room is an absolute mess, by the way, but check that out. Now, what does this mean? Well, it means one of two things. In order for you to understand, I have to start from the beginning. So I'm going to be showing you footage that I've taken on my cell phone, documenting this whole thing because I thought it was something else, and it turns out to be, well, something else.
See, my peacock bass and my Oscar are in here. Walked into the fish room, and I saw
My female black diamond with cloudy eyes, stressed out, labored breathing. Same with my male, a lot of stress. So you see this big guy right here? I immediately thought it was him. I thought he was the culprit. I thought he was the one causing all the chaos in the aquarium. So I moved all of these guys over to the 125. Again, keep in mind, my female black diamond, she was extremely stressed out. Cloudy eyes, labored breathing, my male was stressed. I'll be honest with you, I thought I was going to lose them. I thought they were going to die. That's how bad they looked. And after reaching out to numerous people that had stingrays, they told me it wasn't looking good as well. So the first thing that I did was went and got rock salt, what people like to call aquarium salt. Here's some right here. And what I did was I treated with 1 pound of rock salt per 100 gallons. So 3 pounds of rock salt on the first day, and then the second day I was going to treat with another 3 pounds, but after consulting with a couple of people, I decided to only treat with 3 pounds over the course of 48 hours now the salt has been in this aquarium. Male's tail is starting to heal up already. He's showing signs of being active again. My arowana is still in here, and again, the Beischer is still in here. But these guys are no longer in the aquarium because I thought that they were the culprits. So I come back out to the fish room this morning, and what I noticed was something I wasn't expecting at all. You see the tears on her disc? They were not that visible the other day. The only thing I could see was the tear right there in my male. I could not notice these tears in her disc on either side whatsoever. I could not notice them at all. Now, what does that mean? It means I think they are breeding. So when stingrays are breeding, it can be really nasty. I've never went through this before myself, so I had no idea what to expect. And again, I did not notice the female's torn discs. Let me explain to you, if you don't know already, how stingrays breed, because it's pretty nasty. Basically, the male chases the female stingray around. And he has 2 claspers along the back, which you can see kind of right there, which are his gentleman parts. He then chases the female around, grabs onto her disc, and bites her aggressively, forcing her to try to flip her over and do the deed. So when he does that, the female typically never wants that to happen. They fight, they pull away. It can get extremely nasty. Stingrays can also die from breeding based off of stress, you name it, a bunch of different factors, but the aggression is extreme. And that's because she simply just does not want this to happen one bit whatsoever. So here I am thinking my bass are the problem, the Oscars are the problem, and they very well still could be a problem. However, I think they're breeding. Since I've treated with salt, after consulting a lot of people, her lady parts may have already tightened up, as it's probably been 3 days since he's done the deed. So in the way of looking and checking to see if she's loosened up, it's going to be hard to tell. The only way that I can tell now is time.
which is why I have a basket, some zip ties, and some pool floaties. All of this may have cost about $15. And this is where the female's going to go, and she's going to float in the tank. Now the whole purpose of this is to put her in this basket. She floats in the aquarium. We still got our water circulation flowing through the basket. And the pool floaties will attach along the sides here, here, and here, and here to make sure that she stays within there. Nothing else can get her. She can heal, be calm, and not be so stressed out.
Again, for somebody that's never dealt with stingray breeding before or potential stingray breeding before, this was all new to me. And again, I did not see the torn discs the other day. But as days progress, you start to see and notice, well, I could potentially have stingray pups soon.
So again, the first step what we're going to do is we're going to do a water change. We're going to bring the water down. I got to get the salt out of this aquarium. It's been a couple days of salt in there. It's fine now. The main purpose is ensuring this water stays absolutely clean. We are going to reintroduce the bass back into this aquarium. And then we're going to place the female in a basket and have a little bit of a lower water level for the basket to float along the top of the aquarium. I'm going to have to lower the wave maker a little bit. And it's probably going to be loud in here for a little while. But the thing is, what I want to do is I just want to make sure that she's okay and gets to heal up. Because stress, when it comes to stingrays and breeding, can cause problems. She very well could die from this. She doesn't look good, I'll be honest. The goal now is to separate her and let her heal up. Now, does that mean that she has pups? From my research and talking to people is that they can abort the pups through various stages of pregnancy. They can also absorb. And sometimes with their first litter, they can absorb the pups as well. And big factors for this is stress. And she is stressed out. So I won't be surprised if we don't see any pups from this. However, we're going to treat it as if she's pregnant. And at the end of the day, she's got to heal up because she was pretty badly hurt. Empty basket. Next, we're going to get a pool floaties. And we're going to take the stickers off of those as gently as possible so we don't have any residue there. And I'm just going to do an eye measurement. That's all I'm doing today. All right, basket's in. Taking up a lot of space. I'm probably going to just slide it over there and hope it kind of stays in that area so that way everyone has ample swim room. But water's nice and low, and you can really see how banged up she is now. So what we're going to do is we're going to net her, we're going to throw her in the basket, then fill her up. All right, so we've netted her in. Let's get a good look at her. You can see the bite marks along the back there. That's typically where they'll grab. And her eyes were so cloudy, but sweating. But at least now she has a place to heal up and get back to health. And again, she's pretty beat up. Fingers crossed. I hope she makes it. Today's video is sponsored by Ultra Fresh Shrimp Delight. If you don't know what Ultra Fresh is, they are incredible. Their food has no additives, artificial colors, or byproducts, and their main ingredient, sword prawns. They have food for your monster fish. They got food for nano fish, shrimp. Ultra Fresh Shrimp Delight is the best food on the market today. Look at the ingredients. You'll see it yourself. Now back to today's video. And this is more or less just to keep her calm, let her heal up so the male or any other fish don't bug her, and she'll be good to go. But look at her though, isn't she gorgeous? Wow. She's getting huge. And I really hope she does have pups. Again, I know they can absorb and abort throughout the pregnancy, but you know, let's just say fingers crossed, she not only lives and makes it, but she has pups as well. They haven't eaten in about 3 days, so now I'm starting to get a little concerned. Stingrays have a very high metabolism, and I want to make sure she's eating. But stress also plays a factor, so we want to try to eliminate that stress as much as possible. I don't think I'm going to be throwing in the rest of the fish today. I'll most likely throw them in tomorrow or in a couple days, because at the end of the day, my male's tail is still injured as well, and the less fish in there, the better. Now, I could take the arowana out, and you might ask, why didn't I take the arowana out? Arowana has shown zero signs whatsoever in aggression to the stingrays
or to any fish for that matter. It's actually a pretty well-behaved arowana. All right, so water changes are done. Let's take a look at what I've done here.
Oh, as you can see, the entire aquarium, water change just finished right now. Got my other black diamond there, that's my male. While I was doing this, I was thinking, why wouldn't I separate my male and leave the female in here to avoid stress? Both of them haven't eaten in a few days. I'm extremely freaked out. There are other fish in here. I would much rather have her quarantined than him. And if she doesn't have babies, no problem. I wasn't trying to breed them anyway. But she's in there now, and she's fine. So I was thinking initially, put the water level a little lower, have her float around. I kind of have her wedged with this Flipper algae scraper. Thank you, Flipper. I have a lot of surface agitation, filtration along the back. This isn't long term. The gestation period for stingrays is 90 to 120 days, somewhere around there. This is my first time doing this, by the way. And she's not going to be in there for that amount of time, so don't worry about that. If I need to, I will separate the male before I will separate her. This is just so she calms down and has a few days to just heal, come back to herself, and then she'll go back in here. Stingrays are pretty, they heal pretty quick from what I've learned. So I think in no time she'll be back in here. Maybe a couple weeks. I don't know for sure, but I'll keep an eye on her. If I notice she's too stressed out, I will move her. Initially, I thought I'd have to get rid of these guys. It turns out that these rays were just trying to get their freak on. Nothing wrong with that. You can't beat it. I'm just kind of upset that I didn't see the breeding happen because I do have a camera right here that shines right onto this aquarium. Here's the problem with that. I bought that camera thinking I could watch it and play it back, and this is the Nest indoor camera. It's just the Nest Cam, I think it is, the basic one. I think it was like $100, and I have Nest cameras all throughout my house, and the outdoor ones and all that other stuff, they record. I can play back footage, I get alerted, all that stuff. I still get alerted with this one. Problem is, I can't play back video. I can watch it live, and that's it. So I really wish I got the footage of them actually breeding so I can 110% guarantee that that's what the cause was. But after talking to stingray experts, it's breeding, and it's my male. And my female is the one who caused the damage on his tail. I mean, I'm excited. I'm not expecting them to keep the babies, of course. At the end of the day, she could abort, she can absorb. It is very common for the first litter to absorb, from what I understand. So, you know, but we may have some stingray pups on this channel. So I will be documenting this like crazy, whether it's cell phone footage, my actual full-frame camera, whatever the case may be, I will be documenting this. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, now's your time to subscribe. Comment what you think about these rays, what you think happened. Do you think that they bred? Let me know what your thoughts are. Give this video a big thumbs up, of course. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.